Oh, interesting. Okay. Hello, Yitzvach.
Shavua Tov. Shavua Tov.
How was your Shabbos?
Oh, beautiful. Big crowd. Big crowd.
Oh yeah, how many?
Gosh, we must have had about, for the Milchamar, we must have about 40 or so. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yeah. So it's usually a little big, usually about 50, something about 40, 50.
Yeah, how much are you charging these days?
Well, I don't know. I'm passing. The problem about Shabbos, I can't pass out the plate,
That's a problem.
Yeah. And they run right after Shabbos, so I can't catch it. Yeah.
Mario, how are the islands? How's the Caribbean?
Oh.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, I saw before. Yeah. But wait, you must have had a big menu too, huh, Mario? Huh?
Hot.
Hot, huh?
It's hot.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's start on Kuf Dalet Omid Aleph.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Haggadah, and it's interesting because some of it's scary about on the Hayom Adenoch Nafshi, because we learned about when when Rebbe died, Gozu Rabbanan Taniso, Ubo Rachmin, they beg for heavenly mercies. Omri Kolman de Omri Nach Nafshi the Rebbe Yoda Bacherev. Whoever said Rebbe died will die by a sword. Slika Amti Rabbi Giga Omra. So a maid servant said, "Get to the roof." El Yonas Lavakshim es Rebbe, and she sought Rachmanis for Rebbe by Tachtona Vakshim es Rebbe, and those below seek to keep Rebbe. So in other words, whoever the angels sought to take Rebbe away, and the people below who were mizavening for him wanted to keep him. So when she saw that Rebbe went to the bathroom many times because of the stomach ailment, and he kept removing his tefillin and replaced his tefillin. He greatly suffered. Amr says, may it be that the above overcome below. But the rabbis did not cease to pray. He took a small earthen vessel. They threw it to the ground. She threw it to the ground. So they ceased momentarily to pray because they heard something break. And then the Rebbe came. Then Rebbe was taken away by the Malachim. It's like David HaMelech. Remember, the only way they got him to able to take him away was that he was learning and they interrupted him because he heard rustles in the tree or bushes. Remember that famous story, right? So he went and discovered Rebbe had died. Kari Levush, he told his garments. And he shifted, it turned back all the way to his back so the Chachamim wouldn't realize what occurred. He said to them, Pasach Yomar, the angels and the righteous ones took hold of the holy ark, which means Rebbe, and he contended for it. The angels have vanquished the righteous ones. And the Ark Kodesh was captured. So Rebbe, the Rebbe said to Bar Kafar that he died, because he's the one that discovered Rebbe. And so they said they acknowledged that he died. You said it, but I did not. I did not say it. In other words, he hinted to them, so he would have to come right out and tell them that he died, because it says
he wouldn't die by the sword. Then.
No, not that he did. No. If anybody, I guess he did want to. Whoever did want to buy sword, whoever said that Rebbe died, because it says.
The one who will mention that will die by the sword.
Yeah, right. That's right. So he did not wish to transgress the rabbi's decree forbidding mentioning of Rebbe's death. Also, he feared for that if they would become suddenly aware of Rabbi's passing, the shock would prove fatal to them. Therefore, he sought to break the news gradually. So.
Hello? He left?
Yeah. He must have had a bad connection.
Probably.
He's going to the island where you are.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, what's that a picture of? It's beautiful.
I don't know. I found an app that has background, virtual
Oh,
background.
that looks really nice.
Yeah. What time tomorrow morning by Ernie at 8, right?
7:30.
Wow. It said 8.
No, I just looked now. It's 7:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the chakra. Yeah, chakra's 7:30.
Okay. And Monday at 7.
That I didn't see. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because he gets up then after
Gets
that.
up. Yeah. You know.
Hello, Alan. Oh, who is Joyce?
That's his wife. Are you muted? Alan, you're muted.
Alan?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now I hear you. Yes.
Okay, I had a problem with my phone. I don't know what happened. So I took my wife's iPad. Can you hear me now?
I hear you. Yes. I don't see you, but I hear
Okay,
you.
I'm sorry, Bo.
That's okay.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, so B'shas K'tirasa Sharebi, Zakai Osra Etzvos Kape Malya. He extended his 10 fingers to the Shemayim. And Rebbeinu Shalom, Kol Yavadua She'agati V'Esra Etzvos B'Torah. I toiled my 10 years fingers in the Torah. Lo Nenes Afil of Espa Katan. I didn't even benefit worldly pleasures, even my little finger. Yiratzol Fanecha Shei Shalom Yuchasi. In my place of rest, into my eternal place of rest, Yotzab, there should be peace in my eternal rest. You will come with peace and will rest upon the resting place. Rebbe was assured that there'd be peace in his place of rest. The Gemara questions the wording of the verse quoted by the heavenly voice. So it's Al Mishkuchach. The verse should have said, "You will rest in your resting place," instead of saying, "Why did it use the plural form resting place?" So the Saile Rabbi Yechia by Gamra, Domer Rabbi Yechia by Gamra, Rabbi Yosef, B'Shasha Hasadik Nifter Ben Olam. So when a person passed away, Omer Malach Hashorish Lefei Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Riboshel Sadik Ploni Bob, a righteous person came. So and so comes. Omer Lehem Yavo Sadikim Yusuf Lekrosa. Let the righteous ones come. Resting place and let them go out to let us go out to greet them. Let them go out to greet them. Omer Lo, Yovo B'Shalom, you will come in peace. Yenucho Al Mishkavon, they will return and rest upon their resting place. The verse refers to those preaching in the first segment and quotes the words of the righteous, the newcomer, and therefore speaks in the singular. In the second segment, it tells of the return of the righteous ones to the resting place and therefore employs the plural one. So here he continues on the same thing, but sure, tzaddik nimkar ba'olam, when a righteous person passes, sholas bitos shel malach eresh yotzei b'krasa. 3 groups of angels going to meet him. Achas omer lo bo b'shalom, come with peace. Achas oberes holech lechocha, he who walks is a straight path. Achas omer lo yovo shalom v'yaducha abishkavo. He will come with peace. They will rest upon the resting place. Now that's everything for a tzaddik. But when a Russia, never know, the wicked person perishes. The 3 groups of angels of destruction go out to meet him. Achasomer, one says, "Ain't shalom omar Hashem l'shoyim." There's no peace for a wicked one. Like Kodesh Baruch Hu says of Achasomer, one says to him, L'ma'atseva yishkav, lie down in sorrow. V'achas omer, dror v'eshkava al arelim, descend and be laid with those of blocked heart. Let's see, it says here, Okay, so the verse the prophet speaks to one of ancient pharaohs who, in his arrogance, denied the sovereignty of heaven. The prophet warned Pharaoh that he would descend to the netherworld along with all those whose hearts are blocked by God. We see that this is the fate of all the wicked people. Although Scripture often employs the word irate to refer to uncircumcised, it literally means is blocked or enclosed. Is applied to those who are uncircumcised because the uncircumcised member is enclosed by the prepuce. Okay, what is that's? We'll have to ask already what that means.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll tell you for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, we'll start the Mishnah. So now the Mishnah says this concerning the maximum length of time a widow may wait before claiming her ksuba, because we talked about before. If she waits, how long can she wait before she claims her ksuba? So Kosman she Besavia, how long she's a father's house go make ksuba so yola. She when she returns to the father, they have to she can collect the ksuba forever. Kosman she Bespala, as long as she's a husband's house living with her heirs. 25 years following the husband's death. Once 25 years pass, she can't claim it anymore. If she had to wait 25 years for ksuba for 200, 100, she probably doesn't get too much every year, right? It's if you divide it 25 by the 200, so she'll get 4. She gets 4 every year to pay her off. And so Shetasa is Tova Keneged Ksubasa. For her to perform favors others with the money of their heirs, that the outlay will be equal to the value of the ksuba. After 25 years of dispensing favors, she is deemed to have distributed the equivalent of a ksuba's payment. Therefore, the rabbis denied her. Now, I don't understand what kind of, did she give the favors or they give the favors to her?
She did the favors.
She gives
out
the money. Huh?
She gave out the money, it looks.
Who gives the favors? It seems that she gives the favors out. What kind of favors does she give? Huh?
Probably donates money, the money she gets every year.
Right. Exactly. Yes.
She donates the money?
Yeah. Sounds
who?
like it.
Who does she donate the money to? The money she gets from the Yisomim, she donates?
Yes.
She gives it as favors to people.
I see. Okay. With others, with the money, with the money of the heirs. For her to perform favors for the others with the money of the heirs, that the outlay will equal to the value of the ksuba. So in other words, during that period of time, we say that she got all the money from the heirs equivalent to her ksuba. So after 25 years of dispensing, she doesn't anymore ksuba because she used it all up, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So therefore, the rabbis, the Chachamim declined to give any more ksuba. Divra Meir Shema B'Shema Gamliel, that she used up her favors. She used up the money for what the ksuba they gave her. The Chachamim Momer calls my shiva as long as she's husband's house. They have the living house. Gova ksuba, she collects ksuba whatever she pleases. Calls my shiva besavia as long as she is in the father's house. Then we say Gova the ksuvas adesu chabesh sharim. Only 25 years. That if she keeps silent for that long, that 25 years silence the husband's house. However, it does not indicate the debt is forgiven. Only the 25 years in the Yorshim's house. So the Gemara says, Mesa, if she died, Yorshim askir ksuvas adesu chabesh sharim. Her heirs must mention her ksuba before 25 years. If they fail to do so, they have forfeited the rights of ksuba. The Gemara says now, the widow living in the husband's house may collect her ksuba for 25 years. Since the span of the time she dispenses favors, the equivalent is value of ksuba. A marriage does not differentiate between the value of one ksuba and another ksuba. However, Le'abaya, Aniya should be Israel is a apostle of the poorest woman of Israel. Esrim Chamesh Shavi collects her ksuba for only 25 years. Marta Bo Bacha, the wealthy Marta, we learned about that in Tisha B'Av. She was the daughter of
Bothus. Bothus, it says here.
Huh?
It says Bothus.
Yeah, she marked to David Bosius, who was the wealthiest man in Jerusalem, close to the second temple, right? He owned so much money. So she collects for only 25 years. How could it be that enormous ksuba payment of a wealthy woman is reduced at the same rate as the minimum ksuba payment of an impoverished woman? He says in the food galma shchina, according to the camel is the bird. Just as a stronger camel carries heavier loads than a weaker one, so does a wealthy woman dispense more great favors than a poor woman. Therefore, the ksubas are reduced at the same rate. Iboilahu Rabbi Meir, to limit the collection of the ksuba 25 years, the ksuba is reduced by favors. By should teach us what is regarding whether we prorate the ksuba payment according to the schedule of 25 years to reduce the ksuba in accordance with the liver she lived with the heirs. So the Gemara says teku, but we don't know if the law, if we prorate the ksuba. As long as she's in the father's house, they have to pay her. We assume that she has forgiven her debt after 25 years. I said, Kodem Shkia Sachama. If it came a moment for sunset, the final day, what's the div Govik Subasa, she collects Ksuba. The Achar Shkia Sachama, if he came 1 minute after sunset, Lokava, she does not collect it. Bahi Porta Achli, it's reasonable to assume that precisely during that small span of time she has forgiven the debt. Is that possible? Malay says, so why do we make it that we're makbid on the exact time of the 25 years to the day, to the moment? Yes, every measure of the sages like that, their measurements are always established as absolute. So Elalav, the Nikita of Ksuba, is a case where she does possess a Ksuba. She has the star with her. Grusha who delav larba chulaneo, and that the divorcee does not forgive her ksuba by her silence. Al bachlita, but a widow possession of a ksuba, her silence indicates she has forgiven the debt. We see that a widow who possesses a ksuba daki cannot claim a ksuba after 25 years. This stands in opposition to the ruling of Rav. The more explains that the Brisa case that the ksuba daki is actually not extinct. Okay, Dami here, where the debtor, who's a divorcee's ex-husband, admits that ksuba is still owed. Therefore, despite the absolute ksuba, he's liable because motive mixes. He's motive that he still owes an ksuba, ex-husband. Since the Bible discusses a case where no document is extant, the inference we draw from must be before it's concerned a widow who possesses the document. Thus, the contradiction of Rav disappears. So Morris says, Omer Rav Nachman Yitzchak. If any time during the 20 years, Tava Kesubasa, the widow demanded a Kesuba payment, she as if she was the beginning. That's in the beginning of 25 years. So every moment in the 25 years, as if it's the first day, and she gets the Kesuba. In the 25 years. 20 and after 25 years, if the document emerges from under their hands, she collects it forever. She's like a debtor. She's like a person who is a claimer. So more sites exchange regarding the matter of a widow with possessive ksuba's doctrine. Is the dispute to a mayor regarding a widow in her father's house relevant even when the ksuba document emerges from under her hand? Or is it relevant when the ksuba document does not emerge, so that she doesn't have it? To the sages,
Alan,
yeah.
If she has the actual document, it never loses force, right?
Right, it never loses force. Yeah.
It's a star, right?
But that's what the machlokas is. So it does she, as long as she has a ksuba, is it always for under her, or she ain't start ksuba, or is it relevant where the ksuba document is not it? She doesn't have the ksuba. Do the chacham agree that if the widow in her father's house possesses the ksuba document, she may claim her ksuba after 25 years, or they hold, despite possessing the document, she may claim the ksuba for 25 years only.
Because if she dies, her heirs also
Well,
receive the
yeah, if she dies and they
the
have
heirs
that,
also have the right to her ksuba, right?
oh, if they have, yeah, her heirs get her ksuba. Her heirs get her ksuba, and they collect it if they have her ksuba. If they don't,
Only within the 25 years?
oh, but if they have the ksuba, they can collect even afterwards.
Oh,
That's
okay,
yeah, that's the machlokus.
okay.
So sholachrei she'ein stark ksuba yotzi v'takshira machlokus. The machlokus is whether ksuba does not emerge. She doesn't have the ksuba. I will start ksuba yotzi v'takshira. But if the ksuba document does emerge for her, go with ksuba ola, and that's when she's in her father's house. So halacha krabi divakachavim. That's what they say. That as long as, like you said, as long as she has a ksuba, it's relevant even after 25 years. So the question is, I was thinking about, let's say, if a woman has the ksuba in her hand, does she have to? It's like a debt that she's like a. So for when it comes for the prisbol, does she have to give it to a bezdin to, like we say every 7 years, it becomes any debt that you have is forgone. I don't know if she has to give it. Is she like not a debtor? She's a collector, or is that like a separate? I'm not sure. Ksuba is different than a person who has a note for lending somebody money. After 7 years, it's released from paying. Yosef Dimi, anyhow, came Amar Abshir Power Bishul Levi Bishul Kapara. Lo Shani Elamana Messiah doesn't make a difference of 1 or 200. They can be called Ksuba Abel Tosefis, but the Tosefis star, that's on the star, Yeshlo, she receives it even after 25 years. The supplement does not fall under the title Ksuba, therefore it is included in the Mishnah's teaching. In other words, if a man writes a ksuba to his wife for Mana Messiah, and he adds on extra money for her benefit, whatever it is, he can give her 1,000. Today they do that. They put in the ksuba time when they write. Besides what they have to give as a Mana Messiah, they write extra to entice the girl, to give her incentive to marry him, so she should be happy. So he called this man Yomer, that the Tosefis, the additional amount that they write in the ksuba, never, as long as she has a ksuba, never goes away. She always can collect even after 25 years. So he says she doesn't even get the supplement. A stipulation ksuba, the supplements is like the ksuba itself. Any tosfos is like the ksuba. So just after 25 years, it evaporates. So does the tosefis evaporate too. This only regards one of the sign of the surface, but the supplement she received it after 25 years. So these are other manyama who support Bar Kapara. More relates to exchange and Suba Abuna, part of Ababa, the teaching just cited. Omar Ababa Abuna. Omar Rav, did Rav really truly say this? Omar Le, Ishtaki Kabar, you speak thus to silence me, or Ashkira Kabar, or do you speak to offer me a drink? Did you express amazement because you think this ruling unlikely and do not wish me to continue promulgating it? Or was it because you approve the ruling and wish to offer you a drink in appreciation for imparting to you? I spoke to you thus to silence you. In other words, he didn't want him to shepherd him anymore. But he did, he didn't want him to bother him. Sometimes when you have an argument with a friend, you say, enough already. So another incident, the mother-in-law of Rabchia was his brother's wife. And after the death of his brother, she lived as a widow in her father's house. As a brother's heir, Rabchia obligated to support her for her brother's estate. The Zona Ashrei Chamesha, he supported for 25 years in the paternal home. The Sofa Malay at the end of the period, he said to her, how did Zona give me my support? He said, give my support. He said, less lame, Zona, you're not received my support any longer. Can you imagine your mother-in-law live with you for 25 years? Havli Kasuba, give me my Kasuba payment. He said to her, no Mazoni Isle Lo Ksubasi. Either support you.
Imagine if you had two wives.
Yeah. So neither support me, Ksuba, nor Ksuba payment did you read. Neither support nor Ksuba payment do you receive from me. You have not mentioned your Ksuba claim for 25 years. Clearly, you have forgiven the Ksuba. Therefore, you're entitled to nothing. So she brought a day of comedy around. She brought him in front of really the best. No, Malay, or she says, what's this? Emily had tell me what happened. Or he says, I supported for 25 years in the paternal home. I swear by the life of my master, Sheila, and my shoulders that I bring her food to her each day. As we learned before, that if a woman lives in her husband's house or her father's house, they have to bring, the Yorshim have to bring food to her. She doesn't go out to them to collect it. So Amalei, she said to them, time of my rabbi, close my Shiva based power go to as long as she's in her husband's house, she collects it forever. Because the reason she did not manage Suba because of embarrassment. Since the honor showed her honor, since the heir showed her honor, she was ashamed to mention her. Because they're very nice to her. They support her all these years. But Hochi here, we should Yusufa who look away. It is because of embarrassment that this widow is not claimed to Suba all these years. So my friend, bring your food to the house. You showed her honor, therefore ashamed to make a claim. According to your silence, is not equal to debt forgiven. Zil Havle to go, and he ruled that they have to give her the money, even though it's for the 25 years. Because the reason she didn't say anything, not because she forgave it, but because they were failing. Why you don't want to ask for too much. But they paid no attention to her. Plus of that, they wrote a document of seizure against his property because they didn't pay. He was supposed to get paid, and he didn't. So the Sheila, who's the Bezel, I guess, put a seizure against her property, against his property, the Yorshim. Also, Tommy brother, they came to complain on the way. Why did he rule against me? On the way, Shocker Doug, he did rule. He was right, and you go pay her. On the way, let him go return to me the produce he consumed from that day that I received seizure until this moment. For a seizure document entitled one to the produce for the incident is received. So he wanted to get back what they took from him of the produce. So I was said to her, show me your document of seizure. He saw that the following was not written in the document. And we have recognized these properties against this document as written area from the estate of the deceased husband. So therefore, they're not his own estate, but they were from the estate of the husband. So he says to allow shepherd to your document of seizure is not written property, allows you to collect even the his own fields. Therefore, it is invalid. Overlay, tail out of leave aside the document of seizure. Let me take from him the produce that he consumes on the day which are completed, the days of public announcement until this moment. Even if the seizure warrant is invalid, the field certainly entered my possession at the time of announcements were complete. Therefore, Pia should obligate to return the produce he consumed at that time. So it said to these words, the completion of the title ties a credit to the produce of the field, only when no error was written in the document. There was an error in the seizure. So less long we care nothing for the document. Therefore, the public auction held in the base of the document is invalid, in which case the creditor is not entitled to the produce till he actually performs an acquisition of the field. The widow said to Rava, the Rava is the one who said that the omission of guarantee in debt is presumed to be the oversight. In other words, a woman complained that her husband It was it was not an intentional omission. We really meant to say that here too, let the omission of the necessary clause be deemed in fact oversight and not invalidate the document seizure. Amalei, the whole in this case, it cannot be said the omission is an oversight. Therefore, in this case, even Rabbi Shilu erred from the first, therefore the document is invalid. Rabbi explains the basis of Shilu's error. Who sober honey that he thought that since these properties were Akiva's own, those items he inherited both belonged to him. What difference is it whether she collects from those for her husband or from those from him? He therefore omitted the clause that would have limited her to inherited properties, allowed her to seize Akiva's own properties. So Rava dismisses the notion below he. It's not so. The doctrine of seizure may be written against inherited fields only. For the widow, it's forbidden to see the heir's own property. Zim and Isla, Mishka, it sometimes occurs that she will go and improve them. The Baalei will say, while the husband's estate will go deteriorate, Ramalei, and will then say to her, take your deteriorated property for his pledge for your ksuba and give me my newly improved property. The widow will therefore suffer loss. What's not Pukilas based on the people would come disparagingly about their coin. All right. Oh, it's a little complicated here. It's a little, so. Anyhow,
So what do we do tomorrow?
what's the story tomorrow?
8 p.m.
Okay, that's
Okay.
all right.
It works. Okay. No, thank you. Good night.
Did you go to Ernie? Are you going to Ernie's tonight?